The countdown to the NFL season is on, and therefore every athlete participating this year is going to be under the spotlight, seeing how they're preparing for the new season. And Tony Romo happens to be one of those athletes. And in this situation, a recent picture, as we'll throw to now, showcased that he seemed to be coming in a little bit overweight than expected. And therefore, we're going to bring in our chief NFL picture correspondent, Jason.
Jesus Christ.
Jason, thanks again for tuning in to TYT Sports and coming on the panel. I know that you're a big UFC analyst. I know that you're a big rookie to the industry. I think that was the way I introduced you first. And now you're the NFL analyst. Anyway, Jesus, can't get my words out today. So this picture, which took the internet by storm, and we will get to, was actually a snapshot, and the photographer who's taken the picture actually came out and kind of tried to play down the fact that Tony Romo was overweight. He said, "It certainly appears as if Romo is overweight. He is not. It was some poor camera work on my part. As you can see in the photo at the top of the story and the video below, Romo is the same size he was during organized team activities and minicamp." So although the cameraman sent out that comment, Jason, it didn't stop the internet showing once more that they have no chill when it comes to one single picture going viral on the internet. So the first one, Jay, is Tony Romo theory. Put on 75 pounds of fat to protect my collarbone.
Oh, that's genius. See, that's genius because, even though he has a decent offensive line now, and that collarbone's been a problem, his injuries have been a problem, look, it's some cushion. It's some padding. It's a little bit of leeway. 75 pounds, the internet's literally has the definition of no chill, given the fact that it doesn't look like 75 pounds.
Yeah,
it's like a full extra Tony Romo.
It's
I like
insane.
that one. I'm down
and
with
by the
that
way,
one.
good point there. I mean, as I always mentioned before, I have a few quarterback friends. Some of them played D1, some of them went on to play professional, and they stated their quote, and I'll take this firsthand, is when it was coming close to season, they said they had to get into fat quarterbacks weight, and that means fat quarterback shape, where they would just eat as much as they could. They would still work out, but they would put on that extra pounds because getting smacked by 350, 400-pound defensive linemen or guys that are going to try and come forward and try and kill you sometimes isn't that easy to withstand if you're, full of muscle and you're great shape. But sometimes you like that little bit of cushion for the pushing in there just instead.
I was going to say, at least the Cowboys don't have to worry about deflated footballs when Tony Romo's going to eat all the evidence.
Well, that moves on to our next tweet, and then it's from Swish Jericho on Twitter. Now I know where Tony Romo goes after practice, and of course he's running away from McDonald's. And we move forward. Per source, the Hefty Lefty invited Tony Romo to work out with him and the River Monsters this off-season.
It was, first of all, people who remember Jared Lorenzen know for a fact they've never seen a faster fat man in their entire life. That guy can throw and run.
Well, if he looks as good as Peter Griffin did in his Dallas Cowboys jersey, as we throw up this next tweet, Tony Romo running to the buffet table after Cowboys camp in Eagles zone. Oh, the internet. How we love you, and at times you showcase just how ruthless you can be. So, as we know, you stated it, Jason, one, he doesn't look like he's that out of shape. In that picture, there is the theory that a camera adds 10 pounds or whatever else. But according to the internet, this camera added 75 pounds, and all of a sudden, Tony Romo's nowhere near in the shape. I can't tell, first of all, football players wear a bunch of different padding, and you never know, he might have padding on underneath there that he's going to wear when he goes out to the training field. So I can't tell that either way. But, of course, when it comes to such a big-name player like Tony Romo, and a guy who's been scrutinized in the past, considering he's injured a lot of the time, it didn't surprise me that this was the way the internet reacted. But do you think there's any theory to it? Do you think he's coming back out of shape this season, or do you think it's just a camera adding a few pounds to him?
I think that it's impossible to judge if Tony Romo is out of shape until week 1 because actually nothing matters until then.
Yeah.
I was watching training camp videos because I'm excited, by the way, football fans out there, NFL fans out there. This past yesterday, Sunday, I'm not sure when this clip is going up, but Sunday was the last football-less Sunday for the next 8 months because next Sunday starts preseason football, and then from there on out, our Sundays are back into normal routine. But until week 1, it doesn't matter. Tony Romo's going to play a couple of snaps in the preseason, maybe one series in the first game, 2 series in the second game. But for one, the Cowboys need him. Fat or skinny, I'm sure he still is going to be able to get the ball downfield because he's pretty competent at doing it. And this is the most praise I have to give. I hate giving praise to the Cowboys. I hate it because the Giants play against them the first week of the season anyway. So for my biased point of view, I would hope he comes back 500 pounds heavier, and he can't bend over to hike the ball. That's my hope. I hope the shotgun, when they go into the shotgun, it goes and gets stuck in his chest. That's how big he is. However, no, it was day one of training camp, and there's a billion videos out there, and there's a picture of fat Tony Romo. I think, given the way that they're training, what's going to happen, he's going to look exactly the same as he did every season, hopefully writhing on the ground with some kind of collarbone injury.
And the thing is like, people expect these athletes, as soon as the season finishes, that they're just in the exact same shape until they come back. Like, some of these athletes as well like to go out.
They have lives.
And would you believe, enjoy their time off and maybe go to Boca, wherever Jason is, or Bora Bora, as I called it in the previous clip. Maybe participate in some of the foods there and maybe have stock up on the carbs and come back and then get back into shape during the season. I know you see all these videos of guys like Odell Beckham Jr., who's just a freak athlete who's still just continuously training through every part of the off season, and that's good as well. Like, trust me, there's both sides of it. In every sport, you have different players who are going to take their off season in different ways. Some players need to recover mentally and physically. Like, getting battered for 5-6 months of the season sometimes takes its toll on you. So sometimes you want to go out and just eat a few hot dogs, man. I was at the game at the weekend and I had 4 hot dogs back to back to back. And was I feeling a little ashamed of myself after? Yeah. But if someone posted a picture of me eating them, I wouldn't be too happy about it.
It hasn't circulated yet, Francis. But if I'm correct, a photographer got in touch with me. He's going to release it tomorrow. Is this Francis Maxwell, host TYT Sports, gained 50 pounds over the weekend.
Comes back out of shape for broadcasting.
It's not a very flattering picture, but it's going to circulate. We'll see what happens, though.
All right, well, as always, thanks to our chief NFL picture correspondent, Jason Rubin, for coming on the pan. I'm going to say this every clip. I think we've got one more clip, and I don't know what I'm going to introduce you as in the next one. Either way, I hope you're enjoying the rest of your trip, Jay. Check out all the social media stuff in the description below on Twitter, Francis_Maxwell, Jason Rubin 91. TYT Sports, we've got some big news coming up very soon concerning a potential podcast. Can I say that, Dan? Yes, I can. I already said it. So make sure to stay tuned for that because that's going to be exciting. As always, love having you guys over here on TYT Sports.